So Zonar is a way for us to, it's a GPS tracking system, and so Zonar allows us to monitor our buses.
You decide where you want the notice. So, okay, it's going to take this much time for my child to walk to the bus stop, so I'm going to set it so that I know exactly when the bus is close enough that we need to head to the bus stop.
That's correct.
Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. You can follow the progress of your child's Jordan District school bus for pickup and drop-off with an optional app that is easy to use and brings parents peace of mind. On this episode of the Supercast, we hear all about Zonar MyView. It's an app that allows parents to check on their own child's school bus location and the estimated time of arrival at the bus stop each day. Thousands are already using the app. Could it be useful for you as well? Listen and find out. We're here at the Transportation Department with three of our transportation experts to talk about Zonar. Introduce yourselves, and then let's talk a little bit about this great app for parents.
Thank you, Superintendent. I'm Paul Bergera, the Director of Transportation.
I'm Debbie McKinley. I work with the Zonar app.
And I'm Marianne Balfour. I work in dispatch.
Tell me a little bit about what Zonar is. So for parents listening who may not be familiar, what does the Zonar app do for families?
So Zonar is a way for us to, it's a GPS tracking system, and so Zonar allows us to monitor our buses. It tells us when a door is open, how fast it's going, how long it's stopped at a stop. The MyView parent app is a component of Zonar, and that's really a tool for parents and schools to be able to use to simply be able to track their bus, know when it's going to be coming into a certain zone that the parents will set up. Just a really good tool for parents and schools to have in order to track school buses.
So it's an easy tool to find out where your child's bus is in real time.
Correct, absolutely.
So tell us, how do they get the app? Their favorite app store, they look for Zonar.
Yes, they look for the Zonar MyView app, and if they would like step-by-step instructions, there's only 4 steps from downloading the app to the completion of getting signed up for the MyView app.
Tell us about what they need to do.
So the first thing they would want to do is download the Zonar MyView app from the App Store or Google Play. They would enter the school access code, which they can find online or on a handout that their bus driver can give them. They enter their child's unique student ID, which is their student ID they use in Skyward, and then they create alert zones around drop-off and pickup points. It's really that simple.
So you decide where you want the notice. So, okay, it's going to take this much time for my child to walk to the bus stop, so I'm going to set it so that I know exactly when the bus is close enough that we need to head to the bus stop.
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people set it up with, an alert that's maybe 7 minutes, brush your teeth. An alert that's 3 minutes, grab your backpack. And so people can have fun with it and play around to determine where those zones are. They establish their own zones and what kind of an alert kind of comes at them.
Now, this comes in handy on a regular day, but it particularly comes in handy on a day where we might have a little bit of weather, not enough weather to delay or to close school, but really enough weather that maybe the buses are running a little bit behind.
Absolutely. A day kind of like maybe today. A little rain, a little wet. It also, as the days become darker, it just gives parents that sense of comfort that their students aren't necessarily waiting at a bus stop longer than they need to.
Yeah, so if it's dark or it's rainy, then if it's a dark and stormy day, then you can make sure that your child isn't at the bus stop earlier than they need to be.
That's correct. That's correct. And really, like I mentioned earlier, there is all of our drivers have access to a handout that can talk to parents about the instructions on downloading the app and making it work. And then on our district website, we also have that available.
Where do they go on the website to find that unique number that they need to enter in?
They can just go on the website, in the search engine, just type in Zonar MyView parent app, and it will pop right up and give them instructions on what they need to do.
Now, who do they call if they need help? Debbie, is that you, the person that they contact if they need assistance?
Yes. Actually, the easiest way to do it is when they're using the parent app, they go into the support tab where they set up the app. It has a support tab, and all those emails come directly to me. So I get all of the background information. If they say I'm not able to find my student or I can't track the bus, I search in the background by their email. So I would be asked, if they called me, I'd need their email anyway. It's really better to send me the email.
Okay.
Click on the support tab, tell me what's wrong, I'll search for it, and I'll correspond that way. And it works out really good. Otherwise, they can call me for sure, and dispatch would forward the call to me.
What's the phone number that they call if they have a question?
It's at 801-567-8841.
And they just have a
Have
question
ask
with
for
the
Debbie.
ask
Yep.
for Debbie. I have a question on the Zonar family app, and
Correct.
okay, that's awesome. So you've also, Marianne, worked with parents over the years. How has having Zonar impacted those interactions?
So the interactions with parents, it helps those calls. Where's my bus? Is it running late? Those don't have to come into dispatch. So then we have the ability to focus on, do we need other routes covered, other things that might be important as well that needs our one-on-one attention rather than looking up bus numbers continually on where's my bus.
Yeah, which we understand that parents want to have that information. This is the easiest way to get it quickly because it may be tough to reach someone on a difficult morning. Things are difficult for everyone. And how many buses are we running at any given time, Paul?
For our route buses, about 185 buses.
And that's 185 buses serving 3 different schools each in all likelihood.
Correct. Yep.
So there's a lot going on, and having the Zonar parent app means that you can get that information a lot more quickly.
You can, and we've actually seen teachers who go out and meet buses, maybe with our special education, utilizing the Zonar app so that they know when the buses are coming to the school, so that they can go out and meet those buses when they get there and get the children in quickly and eliminate the wait time on that application as well.
So there's a great application for schools as well to be able to use this and just be aware of when buses are coming, and especially Kari Sue Hamilton School. I know when I first walked in, we talked about that with 34 buses. This comes in very handy, I'm sure, for them as they're trying to manage helping students into the building and knowing exactly when those buses are arriving, because there are a lot of factors that can impact that schedule.
Absolutely. It's a terrific tool for that application. And Mary Ann, I'm going to give her a lot of credit. She took the time to create zones around Kari Sue Hamilton. So she may have a north, a south, an east, and a west zone that alerts those teachers and the front office staff when buses are coming in. It really helps cut down the wait time and helps teachers just focus on their kids when they're at the school, and then the ability to just jump outside, grab other students, and head back in. And so there's not a lot of wait time out on the curb.
Stay with us when we come back. More about the Zonar MyView family app and the security measures that are in place.
Never miss an episode of the Supercast by liking and subscribing on your favorite podcasting platform. Find transcripts for this episode and others at supercast.jordandistrict.org.
Are you looking for a job right now? Looking to work in a fun and supportive environment with great pay and a rewarding career? Jordan School District is hiring. We're currently filling full and part-time positions. You can work and make a difference in young lives and education as a classroom assistant or a substitute teacher. Apply to work in one of our school cafeterias, where our lunch staff serves up big smiles with great food every day. We're also looking to hire custodians and bus drivers. In Jordan School District, we like to say, people come for the job and enjoy the adventure. Apply today at employment.jordandistrict.org.
Most of the time, buses are very predictable in when they arrive, when they come to, when they get to school, when they leave.
Correct.
There are things that get in the way sometimes, and it's nice to have the peace of mind that you can go in and check and say, hey, wait a minute, the bus isn't here yet, what's going on?
Exactly. And, we are, especially this time of year, in orange cone season that then moves into the snow season, and traffic and those things delay buses so that they can see that the bus has left the yard, the bus has left the school, the bus is on its way. And that really helps them have a sense of knowledge of where their students are and where they need to be, and everything's going well.
And in some of the background information that we really focus on in the mornings and throughout the day is, obviously we have a lot of buses and they're not always running smoothly. If a bus breaks down, switches to a spare bus, that's where I try to focus and concentrate, and the communication between driver and myself to be able to enter that spare so that it's kind of seamless for the parents. They don't need to enter a spare bus number in order to track the bus number. It automatically, if I'm alerted, I'm able to put it in, and they won't even know the difference.
And it's really neat because the coordination between the drivers and Deb, I hear it on the radio all the time, and they're getting very good at telling her, hey, I'm in a spare bus. She does her magic, and parents have no idea that the kids can realize there's a different bus coming, but the parents would have no idea that there's a change in their service delivery.
So you're able to switch things so that they're not tracking the wrong bus. They're
correct.
tracking the bus that's actually coming to serve
Correct.
their students. That's tremendous that you're able to do that.
It's really nice. Occasionally there's a hiccup. There might be something that breaks down, and that lack of communication, that's not the number one priority on the driver's mind. It's safety and get the kids to school on time. So we kind of keep our ears open between dispatch and myself and service. We try to communicate and say, okay, this was the spare bus we took out. So, it's taken a little bit, but I think we're starting to work and mesh as a team here, and it really is starting to benefit. I mean, everything has a hiccup, but for the general people, I think it works pretty smooth. Mm-hmm. And it's very convenient in that wintertime when it's so cold.
Oh, absolutely. Great support to parents and great support to schools. What are some of the issues that you run into when you're troubleshooting with parents? What are some of the common concerns or questions?
Honestly, just getting the students set up in the MyView app. Sometimes they've registered late, so when I get the list and imported into the MyView app, maybe their student's not on that list.
Okay.
So I can't find my students, and I just ask them to give me all their information, and I hand put them in, and that way, occasionally we have I'm not seeing my bus.
Yeah.
And we have to troubleshoot that GPS system and say, okay, why is it not tracking?
Sure.
We have a couple of buses that have come in, and we have to troubleshoot and work it out. That's the two things mostly.
But most of the time, it's just getting set up and making sure that they're in. Once they're in, then
Exactly.
It works pretty smoothly.
Yes.
Now, the reason that parents have to enter in two numbers, the number for the zone and the number for the student, is so that only parents of a student on that bus can track that bus's location. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So those two layers of security, if the parent needs someone else to track the bus, a nanny, a babysitter, they can give that information to the nanny and help them set up that connection.
So the parent can share that number, but we don't share it with
We do
anyone
not
but the
share it.
parent.
Correct.
That's correct. In fact, I don't even provide the numbers. They need to go to the school and get the number if they don't know where to get it. I don't know if they're a parent or not. And so I tell them to go to the source to get that number.
So you don't give them numbers.
Nope.
You don't know who's on the other end of the line or who's emailing you.
That's correct.
But you give them instructions on how to find it themselves.
That's
so that's
correct.
a great level of security and peace of mind.
That's correct.
And
Yeah.
that truly was part of the objective when this was first decided. It was very important to Cabinet that there was that layer of security. We piloted it in spring of 2022 at 3 schools, kind of an elementary, a middle, and a high school that feed into each other. That seemed to work out really well. And then when it came time to launch in fall of 2022, we did make sure that it did go through legal counsel and other added measures to ensure confidentiality and safety and security.
And with 2 years under our belts, it's worked well and it's benefiting a lot of families. And hopefully those listening can download it and benefit as well.
Yes.
Now, tell me about the three of you. How long have you each been in transportation, and what are some of the things that you've done here? Marianne, you're kind of laughing. Are you the,
I'm the
elder
nanosecond.
statesman here?
No, I'm the nanosecond.
Really? How long have you been in transportation?
This is my second year.
Second year. Okay, great. And how about for you?
I've actually been here for almost 14.
Almost 14.
And I take care of all of the external systems that don't come with the buses. I help with the camera systems, and I am over the GPS system. We help with the dispatch technology, and of course, anything that comes with MyView. So we're kind of a catch-all department. If they need something, we try to figure it out for everyone.
Okay, and Paul?
And I've been here for 5 years. So I've been a teacher and a principal in the district, and have made my way to transportation and have not looked back. I really enjoy being out here, and we've done some very innovative things, I believe, in the past several years. Zonar MyView parent app is one thing. We would also encourage parents to make sure that they're on Parent Square, because the Zonar MyView parent app is one way to communicate with parents where their bus is. The Parent Square is another way that allows us to give information to parents the morning of or the week of, just to make sure that they have as much information as they can that may impact their students' busing.
Yeah, Parent Square is new this year, so we keep adding measures to try to communicate more and more effectively with parents. Thanks for everything the three of you are doing to help make sure that goes smoothly, and good luck out there.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.